Hey, we've got a treat for you for the season and seasonal shopping. Oh boy, we've been hoping to get her and the brand on the show. We are talking to Amanda Mauer Taflinger, owner of Modern Handmade, or Homespun, I should say.
Let's try it again.
There we go.
The three words together. Go ahead.
Homespun is in the house.
Thank you.
Modern Handmade. Thanks for joining us. Wow. That was an intro and a half, everybody.
Some of those sounds went together, so that's fine.
Welcome, Amanda.
Thanks.
So you're fresh off of Indiana Handicraft Exchange Winter Market, which is the event that really gave your business a jump start. Tell us about the Winter Market and how it went.
Well, we started the Indiana Handicraft Exchange in 2007, so this is our 10th year. And that is an event where we bring together lots of different individual artists so that they can network with customers face-to-face, sell their goods face-to-face. And we ended up, when we began that event, it started as a kind of a fall event, which is an odd time of year to have the event. Mm-hmm. And then the second year we held it, we moved it to the Harrison Center, and we've had it there ever since. And we have both a winter event and a summer event. And the winter event was last Friday. Mm-hmm. It's always in conjunction with the first Friday that the Harrison Center has in December. We had over 50 different vendors there. The Harrison Center had all of their artists open studios. There were 2 new gallery shows. So there was a lot going on. We had a great turnout. It was really, really impressive. Lots and lots of people came out this winter.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Sounds fun. I didn't get a chance to.
It's a fun event. The summer event is always in June, and the applications for vendors actually go live February 1st. And then we have about a month and a half when that window is open, and then we close them and we do a jury. The jury comes in and looks at all the applications together, selects the top applicants for each category, and then those people are in. So that's the biggest event we offer, and that's during the summer. We have over 100 vendors at that, and then the Harrison Center does the music and food portion of it. So that is a big indoor-outdoor event. It's at the same day as Talbot Street every year, so it brings a big crowd of people down there. Yeah, it's a great event.
I want to talk about Homespun just generally speaking, because I was telling you before the show, my husband told me after, he was like, oh, Homespun's on this. You're not going there afterward, are you? He's like, he is used to me going there to spend money. And my mom and sister have now become trained to knowing that they're getting something from Homespun every single Christmas. So they're like, oh, did you go to that store yet? I was like, not yet, but I will, because that's where
Come
I
in anytime you'd like. We won't stop you from spending
Thank you.
as much money as you'd
All of
like.
my money.
All the monies.
All of the money.
Can you give, for anyone who hasn't been there who's a fool, can you give maybe like 3 words about the store? Give us a general vibration, what Homespun brings to the table.
Do I have to keep it 3 words?
Shoot for 3 and then expand.
Primarily handmade, largely local, and community driven.
Very good. Now you may expand on all those thoughts.
So when we started, we had 3 goals in mind. We wanted to sell handmade goods. We wanted to have a gallery space in the shop, and then we also wanted to have an educational component. I came out of an oddly convoluted background. I had a background in photojournalism, and then I got my master's in arts education. So I started teaching, and then when I was laid off from my teaching position because they were cutting arts funding, that's when I started the store, because I was like, what else am I going to do? So we started the store, and I really liked the educational component. I wanted to offer workshops and stuff, so we still do that on occasion. And then twice, bi-monthly, every other month, we put up a new gallery show. Yeah. So we do have a small wall for that. And then primarily the biggest base of our store is all of the handmade goods we carry. We work with over 400 different individual artists. About half of those are from Indiana. So not everything we carry is local, but about half of it is. So we've got people all over Indiana, and then the rest of the goods that we carry are from people coast to coast. And we have 2 vendors in Canada as well. So
that's awesome.
Kind of spread out everywhere.
Variety of stuff is just amazing. You cannot go to that store and not find something for someone. We
have a lot of stuff. We just rebuilt our t-shirt wall, and it's beautiful. There's a local carpenter, a guy named Ben, who rebuilt the t-shirt wall for us. It's absolutely gorgeous. We've got tons of locally screen printed t-shirts with Indiana Pride kind of logos and things on them.
All the jewelry and
we have
stuff.
tons of jewelry. Yeah. We have locally made food products. We have a whole section of specifically Indiana related stuff. We have a huge print wall. A couple years ago, we got nominated for Best of Indy from Indianapolis Monthly, and they gave us best place to get cheap art, and I think they meant inexpensive. but yeah, so we got affordable. Yes. And it was so that was great. And then this year we got nominated
It's
for.
not funny, but it's funny.
It is. But this year we got nominated for best place to get DIY kits. We carry a huge selection of DIY kits, everything from bacon curing. You can learn how to cure your own bacon.
Hi, how you doing?
Cheese making.
He's in.
I'm back in.
Beer brewing. We have a lot of
Okay.
stitching
See, you're talking
kits,
to me now.
right?
Yep.
We have stitching kits. We have craft your own bitters kits. We have lots and lots of
Sweet.
different options. So there's textile, there's food, there's bookbinding, all sorts of things like that.
Oh, really? Oh,
Flower
my-
pressing.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Big flower presser.
No, but the bookbinding is really cool. My 17-year-old
yeah.
would just love that. He's dialed in like that, and but what a fantastic experience. Anything else that you want to rattle through, because there's a
Yeah,
lot.
you're doing
There's
all
a
the
lot.
things.
There's a whole lot. I mean, we started out at an 850 square foot space in Irvington
Yeah.
in 2010, and we were there for about 3.5 years, and we outgrew that space. And we ended up moving into an almost 2,000 square foot space. Now we're downtown on Mass Ave. We're on the 800 block.
Gosh, just the best place.
We're by the
ever.
chocolate shop
Yeah,
and the
you are.
wine shop and the bookstore. So we've got a really good little area right there with lots of different kinds of shops.
I have to say, because I could literally talk about your store for an entire episode. Your children's stuff is amazing.
Oh, yeah, we have lots of
your
kids' stuff.
lotions and products and things like the lip gloss and all of that, amazing. Like, you just have the best products ever.
Thanks.
They're so good.
When we opened the store, I was pregnant with my son, so I was really heavy on focusing on getting lots of cute baby stuff. And so
Yeah.
that was a strong section when we started.
You know,
and
cute
it's
little
just
like baby Indiana clothes.
lots of onesies,
It's
lots
so
of baby toys,
cute.
wooden baby toys, lots of fun games for toddlers. So lots of fun stuff.
Here's the location, by the way,
Beautiful.
with some big cat heads.
Yes, we did that several years ago. There was a tire contest on Mass Ave, and we made Grumpy Cat and Little Bub.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and show some more images and stuff too, because your website is beautiful.
Thanks.
Also beautiful.
We have a really good social media manager. She's my operations manager. Her name is also Amanda, so it makes things super complicated.
Shout
But
out to the other Amanda.
Yes,
Good job.
Well, we call her the other Amanda. But she does a lot of really good images. We've also had a couple of employees who've been really strong
Is
photographers.
that like
so,
good Kirk, bad Kirk?
yeah.
Anybody
Look at
there?
this stuff. Look at this
No.
stuff. You would like all of this.
Oh my gosh! Ooh, look at that.
All right.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Okay, I'm literally shopping right now.
Exactly. Just touch the screen and it's ordered. No.
I wish. We don't have an online shop yet. We are working
Is
on
that coming?
for after the new year. We're hoping to get it up and running then. So we'll start out with a small selection of goods.
Cool.
Working with individual vendors, it's super hard because a
Yeah.
lot of them have their own shops online.
Sure.
So we don't want to kind of infringe on that. but-
undercut them.
So we're trying to figure out like how to work that. So we'll start out with a small selection of product and then we'll grow it larger.
Yeah,
as we
do
go.
that so I can start shopping at home when I'm not in the store too.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I can do that
literally,
just
I
for
mean,
you.
the other
We'll make that
vendors. I mean,
happen.
the whole point is the more places that they can sell their product,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be a pushback. It honestly shouldn't.
Look,
Yeah,
there's some cheap art. No.
That's inexpensive, affordable. But we really, we love working with all the individual vendors. We get to know them. We get to know like why they're doing what they're doing. We get to know like what their lives are like, if they have kids, if they're paying for school or whatever. So that was part of the motivation for working independently with each of the individual vendors. We have a couple of distributors that we go through that still work with individual artists, but primarily work with every single artist one-on-one.
Wow.
It's a lot to keep track
Thanks for
of.
doing that. That's nice though. That it's
You're
so
also
community.
giving back to Indy in a lot of other ways. Can you actually tell us about your work with Project Home and the Coburn Place?
Yeah, during the holidays, every year for the past several years, we've worked with both of those organizations. So Coburn Place is a local organization that works with families that are escaping domestic abuse, and they have a big apartment complex. I think they have 37 individual apartments that they can house families in. And so each year we collect general donations for them. They need paper goods. They need adult cold medicine. We have granola bars. I think coffee is something else. We have a whole list of items on our website, on our Facebook page, and then they have it on their website as well. And then Project Home Indy is another. It's a smaller organization, and they work with.
Okay, you're allowed to drink water. You're fine.
They work with homeless teen moms, and they have a house where they house the 5 moms together with their kids, and it's a community environment. We really love what they're doing. It's a really solid program, and so for the past few years we've collected general donations for them, but we also sponsor each family. So we provide Christmas for each of the 5 women, the 5 young women, and their kids. And so we collect gift cards and bed sheets, twin bed sheets, and crib sheets, and toys for the kids and stuff like that as well, so that we can provide a nice, big, solid Christmas gift for them. And a lot of the girls come from not so great backgrounds. A lot of them have had kind of rough beginning, and they don't necessarily have like a warm and loving history of holidays.
Right.
So even though I know that monetary gifts and physical gifts don't necessarily make that better. At least, hopefully, they'll know that they're thought of and appreciated and cared for at this holiday season.
Well, and you're creating an experience for them to replace those negative memories, and you can have new
replace that for
traditions.
their children.
Yep. Nope. Thank you for doing that. That's really nice of you.
I mean, we absolutely love Project Home Indy. If anybody's interested, check out their websites. I mean, they're just, both of those organizations are great.
Yeah, we'll link to those
absolutely.
in comments as well. So thank you for doing that. That's great of you to do.
Yeah, we love doing it.
I also want to make sure that people know when they can come into the store. I'm all about getting people in the store right now.
Thanks. I
You are
appreciate
open Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yep.
Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday from 11 until 6 p.m.
But Brittany, doesn't that mean that they're going to get your stuff?
Well, no, there's plenty for every. I mean, you always restock with the cutest.
I'm
just saying.
We still have lots of stuff to get in the system for this holiday season. We have a tower of packages in the back room that we're working on getting out there. So
what she doesn't know is that I live in the back room. So
new stuff is going out.
You need to provide that VIP access so she can get a hold of it before it gets on the store floor.
Yes,
we do offer personal shopping. We have customers that come in and say, I'm looking for something for my mother-in-law. She's impossible to buy for, and we will walk you through the store and we will help you find something.
Can I volunteer my time to come help you do that too?
Yes, you can.
Okay, great.
we accept volunteers.
How much time do you have in the week? Because literally each and every guest that comes in here, you're volunteering your time.
I'm very supportive of the Indianapolis community.
Well, we're also very big fans of female-owned businesses here in Indianapolis. Can you tell us a little bit about what your experience has been and why you love the Indianapolis community?
Well, I grew up here, and I was here until I was 18, and then I left for about 10 years. I was going to school, traveling, doing a bunch of different things, and I didn't think that I would come back to Indy, but I came back. I started dating my now husband, and he was telling me about all the things that were happening in Indy, the ways it was changing, how the culture and the arts community was changing. And so I ended up coming back and falling in love with it. I was so impressed at the amount of change and development. And then even in the 10 years that I've been back now, how much it's changed even more since then. The community of female business owners, I don't know that we really have like a formal group, but
like a gang?
Yeah, no, I feel like we should.
Not to be confused with Red Panda Gang or the Walrus Gang.
But, there are a lot of female business owners, especially downtown on Mass Ave. I mean, when we were in Irvington, several of the businesses there were owned by women. And then down on Mass Ave, I mean, the chocolate shop, the best chocolate in town is owned by a woman. The wine shop is owned by a woman.
She's amazing.
The juice shop next to us is owned by a husband and wife. Silver in the City, at the other end of Mass Ave, is owned by a woman. There's several other boutiques and shops down there. I mean, so everybody collaborates. A lot of the artists that we work with individually, all of the vendors that we work with, they are all small businesses, and probably 75% to 80% of them are women.
Go ladies.
Yeah, I mean, it's largely small, independent, crafty businesses are primarily women. And so we do have a lot of interaction. And that's, again, like we get to know these women, we get to know what they're doing, like what their families are like, what their goals are like, what kind of production processes they use, where their materials are coming from. So all of that is, we form relationships with all of them. And that's one of the biggest things that I enjoy about the business.
That's great. And be able to plug back into the community and be able to support each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's really important. That's a lot of times that's what's missing in the business community, is that as much as you're all in it to be able to create a profitable organization, man, it's tough.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of you always hear the business owners talking about other businesses. I mean, we recommend tons of other places on Mass Ave, and then they send people our way, and there's just constant word of mouth, positive word of mouth going around, and people recommending this store or that store, and we don't carry that product, but go talk to this person. So it's really beneficial. It's nice to have that community and like the positive camaraderie.
Very good.
Okay, I'll let you take a sip of water and ask you a question. So you all have taken all the guesswork out of what to buy for people this season. You've created kind of like gift lists, or I forget what you call it, like curated gift lists for a slew of people. Okay, so if you have a mom or a dad or a significant other, or a dapper dude or a savvy sister or an animal lover or a three-nager or a foodie, like just basically
a three-nager. Hold on a second. What in the world's a
Would
three-nager?
you like to tell him what a three-nager is?
Three-nager is, it's a 3-year-old with an attitude.
Like a sassafras.
They're far beyond their years.
I've had teenagers for
I've got a
3
4-year-old who's a teenager. She's a sassy pants. So.
Oh my
Can you
gosh.
tell us about those lists? And I think we have a couple that we can even throw up there.
Oh yeah, we've got on our blog, on our website, we every year, usually around August, we give our staff this list and we say, hey, like start picking out your favorite things that you would give to this person or that person. So our staff curates this list. Everybody on the staff gets picks for different things. And then our operations manager, the other Amanda, she does all the photography.
The third Amanda?
No, it's
The second one.
She's our operations manager / social media.
But
she
there
has a
are
lot
3.
To do. There are 2.
There's 2. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure that all the Amandas
There's
get their
2. There's 2. There's
get their
Amanda
due
and the
praise.
other Amanda.
Okay.
But she puts together all the photographs and everything, and then we throw it up on our blog page. We do a little write up about it. So we carefully curate all these lists, and we've been doing this for the past 4 or 5 years at least.
Gosh, they're so good and so like just pretty.
But
You
there's
just want to
a
like
lot, yeah.
print them out and take them to the store.
She
and
does
be like,
nice
I want
flat
this,
lays
and I want
of
this,
them.
and I
Yeah,
want
we've
this.
got a lot of individual pictures. But yeah, I mean, we carefully think through like what would be,
All right, I got a
people.
call on this one. There's one in particular, the Nerdy Pal.
Oh.
What's on that list? Not that I would.
Well,
Not that there's any
Pick that
nerds
one.
here.
we have, nerdy / geeky. We have a lot of pop culture inspired things. We have a lot of video game inspired stuff. We have there's a vendor we work with out of Ohio. Her company's called One Up Gallery. She does a lot of Mario inspired stuff, Zelda.
Do you have like pun things?
Oh gosh, yeah, we have a ton of pun things. We have a lot of
Dad jokes.
we have a lot of Stranger Things inspired stuff. We have Game of Thrones inspired things.
Oh wow.
We have here you go for the nerdy.
For the real nerds.
We have there's a guy locally who
I'm asking for a friend.
Right.
I bet. His company is called Leitmotif, and he does wooden cutting boards, but he has one that is called the Fibonacci board, and it has the pattern of like the Fibonacci. It's really cool. But he also does some that look more like Space Invaders, or there's like a Batman. And there's yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like video game stuff, and he does coasters. So his stuff is really, really high end. Like the cutting boards are $100, $200 depending on the design. But then we also have like the less expensive earrings that are $10 to $15.
What is this name again?
His company is called, the guy who does the cutting boards is called Leitmotif. It's 1337 Motif, which is something that only nerds and gamers would know, I guess.
No, that's above my head.
And then
but okay.
the other company that does the jewelry is called One Up Gallery. But yeah, we have lots of other stuff. Yep.
Don't mind us. We're just making notes here. 1337.
Yes, motif.
Motif.
Yeah, it's all kind of one word.
1317 notes. Well, he just got a bunch of shout outs.
I'm saying. Wow. I've seen this guy
It's
before.
great. Yeah, he's his dad. I think he said his dad was a cabinet maker, so he grew up learning woodworking from his dad, and now he goes out on his own and does all sorts of shows. He's done Renegade in Chicago. He does a lot of local shows.
He's been regularly on Talbot Street as well, right?
Yeah, I think he's probably been there too. Yep.
Have you been stalking him?
A little bit.
Perhaps.
And I know his Batman one too.
Yep.
And I wanted it then, and now I'm going to get it.
He does one that kind of looks like a backgammon board. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we just had a little.
Wow. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Sorry, users and watchers and listeners. Just kind of went into our own room there.
Right into your geek lane.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Well, you'll be also at the Yelp Totally Bizarre, and that's actually
Tomorrow.
Yep. I'm taking deep breaths to prepare myself. That is a big event. It is crazy. It is so much fun.
Do you want me to come help you?
Yes.
Okay.
It's at the Central Library. It is from the atrium all the way up to the 5th or 6th floor. Vendors all the way up and down. You can take the escalators up and down. You can look out over. It's really pretty.
You can drink while you do it.
They have beer and they have local spirits. They have cider.
Yep.
They have local food vendors. Lots of different restaurants there.
Garden party's going to be there.
Over 150.
Oh yeah, you've got this planned out, don't you?
Over 150 different local businesses, not all independent artists, but like different bookstores and different local dog bakeries. I mean, any kind of retail shop or brick and mortar shop or local artists, like you can find everything there. It's a really good place to find all your shopping.
That's
Basically,
where
all
I
your
will
holiday shopping
literally
done.
spend my entire budget there tomorrow for Christmas
We will be
gifts.
on the first floor in the atrium, right by the
Perfect.
children's book section.
Very good to know. I will find you and I will help you.
Does your husband ever see you at home?
No.
She can bring him. She can send him in one direction, and she can hang out with us.
He'll be at the gym and I'll be shopping, okay? It's fine.
I'm so sorry, Ryan.
Ryan, you're fine.
I don't know what we've caused here, and I don't know what we're plugging her into. I guess I kind of take responsibility for that. I'm sorry.
I support our local Indianapolis community monetarily.
It's good.
Oh man, it's fantastic to have you on the show, and you're certainly doing a great thing for Indianapolis. And we certainly want to lift up organizations that are plugging in, helping each other, and on top of that, doing some really great products. And that's the other thing is that, you know, in all frankness, you can have a lot of great efforts and help towards the community, but on top of that, you could also move some not so quality stuff in here, and your stuff is amazing.
Yeah,
and
we try. Everything should be curated. I mean, we look at all the applications we get, and we try to find the best quality product. So,
it's like a trusted guide. That's
and we kind of, we like finding new artists too who are kind of starting their way in. So they may have a really great product, but maybe their like branding or their packaging isn't great yet. So we kind of like working with those younger vendors to see them develop. We've had a lot of vendors that we've worked with since the beginning, and over time we've seen their packaging and their product and their branding change so much, and we've just seen their business expand and grow in really amazing ways.
Yeah, you kind of like usher them through the maturity
it's fun. It's really fun. It's kind of like seeing a kid grow up.
It's almost like you're a Sherpa of sorts.
Yes, that's all. I'll start thinking of myself.
You should put that in your LinkedIn profile.
Speaking of how they can actually get a hold of Homespun,
You're struggling with that. Homespun.
I'm done. I don't know. The website is homespunindy.com. You can check them out on Twitter at homespunindy, Facebook homespunindy, and Instagram homespunindy.
Yep.
Good job.
Instagram is where it's at. That's where we have most of our attention. Following.
Nope, not Pinterest, huh?
No.
All Instagram.
Yep.
Beautiful thing. Excellent. Final thoughts for our listeners and watchers today about the local business community and getting involved, maybe.
I just recommend exploring some areas that you haven't been to in a while, especially the 800 block of Mass Ave. That's where we're at. But that particular block has changed a lot over the past. I mean, we've been there for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in February. But since we've been there, I mean, there've probably been 8, 9 new businesses that have popped up in that block. So a lot of people get to College Avenue and they stop. But if you go just a little bit further, we're just south of 10th. Like I said, there's a chocolate shop, a wine shop, a dog bakery, a bookstore, everything on that block. So it's a really good place. There's even free parking, which is super hard to find on Mass Ave.
That's why I always go down there.
If
now,
you go,
now everyone's going to be there now.
Right. If you go behind the curve behind our store on Davidson, there's like 25 spaces there. And then on the weekends, you can park in our lot for free too.
Also, don't want to forget about the giveaway. Can you tell us about what you brought?
So we have a gift basket, and it has
I will demonstrate
a gift certificate in it for the store. Ooh. It has some peanut butter from Be Happy Peanut Butter, which is amazing. If you haven't had it, it's peanut butter that you can eat with a spoon. It's not necessarily for a sandwich.
Isn't that all peanut butter?
I think so, but this is really good peanut butter. Some of it has chocolate in it or chunks of pretzel. I mean, they have like 8, 9 different varieties.
People would know if I actually trade that out and put a can of Jiffy.
They would. There's also a dome ornament in there.
Scratch off the label.
You could. There's a dome ornament in there from People for Urban Progress. They're a local.
Our friends.
Oh, they're a local organization that they recycle the roofing of the Hoosier Dome.
Oh wow.
So that's and then we've got
on the show,
what else is in there? There's a little cocktail book from a spirits company in Bloomington. There's a chocolate bar with a special message on the package, and there's a candle. So there's lots of little goodies
all
in there.
the things are in here. So if our social media manager would be so kind as to put the link in the comments right now, we can get the contest underway. Winners will be notified Friday at 4 p.m.
Sweet. And
if I give this away at all, maybe it's mine. I don't know.
Okay, guys. I mean, honestly, you want to enter in this competition because otherwise
it's mine.
You're feeding the beast. So
please, someone take it off my hand.
Well, that's fantastic, and thank you so much for contributing to giving to our audience. They're always appreciative of those type of giveaways. They're hungry for them.
And I'll see you tomorrow and like a couple of days after at the store.
All right, we'll just become best pals.
Oh my gosh, this is getting scary.
And you'll be there too.
I will be there.
Not as often as I am, but
evidently
you'll be
there. All right. Thank you so much for your time today. And we certainly want all of our listeners and watchers to go follow Homespun. Go follow Indianapolis Zoo if you're not already. I mean, these are great organizations to be connected to here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Final thoughts, Britt?
I just can't wait for all this events and all the things. I just want to go do stuff right now.
This is her season. I mean,
I'm thriving right now.
except for the snow. The snow's coming in.
Well, it's only a little bit. I'll be okay. I can power through.
It's pickle snow. All right.
It's pickle snow. We're fine.
For all of us at Site Strategics and Edge of Indy, thanks so much for watching and listening.